You want to say that one more time just for everyone that's listening?
We're never going to have audio problems again.
Auto problems?
Auto
We will have auto problems. I
problems.
guarantee it. Auto problems will plague all of us.
I'm glad we mentioned that because I have to go get my oil changed probably tonight.
Me too.
Me too.
Do that this weekend.
I'm getting my oil changed tonight as well. So,
Think they can give us a discount? Like,
Maybe.
As a bundle?
Probably not though.
No. Where do you go? Where's a good place to go?
I keep going back to the Ford dealership with my truck.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think they do a good job.
I'm sure they do a great job.
They look for any recalls. They're supposed to look for recalls. I had a recall. Dude, I'm sorry, Justin, but I just...
You'll get used to it.
No, dude, he just looks terrible. I'm sorry. That thing's got to go.
No.
I'm calling Amy tonight.
It's got to grow out a little longer, I think.
I am texting Amy tonight. Dude, there's no way she likes this. There's
My
no...
wife doesn't like me
Let it
anyway.
grow down a little bit more. Maybe not the full, like...
All right, let's start this episode.
I just don't
This
grow
is
a
the
lot
start of the
right
episode,
here.
just so everybody knows. Welcome back to another episode of The Water Hole. These are all the great things that we talk about before an episode starts. We're going to let you kind of see the behind the scenes. And that was kind of the beginning of the behind the scenes.
You should shave a mustache. You got a
I gotta have
mustache.
nothing, dude.
Look at you
There's
got a full
nothing
mustache.
here.
You should just do it.
And take a picture and send it to you tonight.
And see what you think.
Sonia,
Just try it on for a couple days.
no way. I don't.
Brian Mazer came here this morning to pick up something from me, and he had a killer
Sweet
mustache.
What did he get from you?
He looked just like
What did
me.
he get from you?
Some stabilizers.
I need a stabilizer. I need to call the dead center right away and get a stabilizer.
You should probably do that then.
Huh?
Corinne, help.
Well, because mine's brown on my new bow and it looks hideous. I need a black one. Okay.
Gotta have color matching. It's probably why you haven't killed anything yet with it.
Speaking of killing, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's first go over last week, some of the comments from last week's show. Justin, I say no to checking cameras because it's personal property. This goes back to whether or not it's okay to check someone's camera cards on public property.
Man, the question that will never die.
No, that thing's never dying. I'm still catching some heat from time to time on that baby. I'm
just
still
gonna-
getting some private messages on that.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait for the season to close. And then I'm going to go just run around public land and check every trail camera card I can find. Every single one of them. I'm going to get right in there on the cell cameras with my mustache. They'll all know it's me. Peace. Maybe I'll leave them a Bowhunt eye sticker on the inside of their
That'd be great.
Their camera?
That'd be great. Why don't you leave our phone number too?
I'll leave
it just
your
makes
business
it nice
card
and
in there.
That'd be even better. Let's not do that. So, listen, just remember, guys, we're just putting out juicy content to have everyone be thinking about all the different things that, listen, at the end of the day, I'd rather have somebody check my camera card and put it back and leave it alone.
I
than
don't
steal it
understand
or
why
take the
everybody
card.
cares.
Oh, dude, we don't need to read.
Why does anybody care?
Oh boy, we're not going here.
Don't touch my camera that I left in a public place.
Dude,
Seems strange, right?
You're gonna upset PJ Riley again. You're gonna get people upset.
He's full of anger and hate.
Well, he didn't get a buck in Illinois this year. I think they finally gar-holed him and put him in a crappy spot because he keeps shooting all the small ones. I think.
The DNR didn't shoot all their deer down there, so he's got really no excuse.
Okay.
They haven't made their way that far south
So
yet.
last week we were also talking a little bit about late season and starting to prep for the late season. I thought I had a great plan. Man, this cold front was coming in. I dressed up a spot. I put up a sweet ground blind.
Can you explain what that means?
Yes. I went in, dude. I had
dressed
this
it up?
beautiful switchgrass line. I put in my ground blind, my muddy ground blinds. All, dude, it looks good. I'll have a video. We'll put it up here. Dude, I had to mow down some corn actually from last year. I let it grow because there was just so much corn and we have such few deer that it's just such a waste. I couldn't justify just, I don't know, mowing it down last year and wasting all that. So it was really weedy and just garbagey. So I made some cool, dude, it just looked like, it was so good. A bobcat came through, but the deer showing was just awful. I went there, I snuck
Maybe the deer
in.
didn't show up because the bobcat was there.
No, dude, maybe. Dude, it was bad. It was bad. It was just bad. Bad. I had two lame.
Was it bad?
I had two
Heard it was
lame
bad.
late season hunts, but that's not everybody on our team. Some people on our team are having some good luck with this cold front that just recently came in. Tyler Rector shot a big buck, so you'll be able to look forward to seeing that episode. I don't know that we can say that Tyler Barron had a cold front being in Texas. I don't even know if they have cold fronts. Like, I don't even know what they have
I
down
mean,
there.
cold relative, right, to like what it normally is.
He shot a buck.
A cool front, maybe. I don't know what the temperature was. Definitely not as cold as it was here. It's been cold.
Dude, that guy
last
shoots a
few
lot
days.
of deer.
Tyler Barron? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's his second buck this year.
I don't know. Like every year he shoots 2 bucks.
Does he? I don't know about it.
I feel like he does.
Hey, good for him.
Okay, so
Let's get more
listen,
deer.
late season,
Probably
cold
not over
fronts,
corn piles like everyone else in Texas.
snow, snow. Dude, we had snow out in Joe Davies County. I couldn't believe it. I looked at my dude. There were, what's that look for?
I mean, a dusting.
Dude, that wasn't a dusting. It was like an inch. When you can
When?
see, what are you talking about? When I see my cameras?
No, I
Dude.
got cameras out there too.
Yeah, well,
It's
obviously
not
you're-
an inch. We're gonna have to check your ruler.
Okay.
It's like a dusting.
My ruler is a good ruler. My ruler gives me measurements that are always greater than what is going on. I'm going to pull up some trail camera photos. You can decide whether or not you consider this to be snow or not. Dude, that's snow. I don't care what you say,
That's a dusting of snow.
Brandon. Dude, it's snow.
That's like a quarter of an inch of snow, right? Right.
It's snow if
But
it's
it's still
stuck
snow.
to the ground.
I mean,
It's that
Okay.
that is a qualifier if it sticks to the ground.
I know, but I mean, it's not like.
Can you just say you're wrong? God, if I could just work
It's
with a
not
guy
like
who could
what you
just say
think.
I'm wrong once in a while. Just,
I'm wrong all the
It's
time.
snow.
I'm wrong every time I pick a tree stand to go hunt. I'm wrong every time, Todd. Snow is like when you got to shovel it. How about that?
Okay, well,
That was not a shovelable.
no, that was
occurrence.
not a shovelable amount of snow.
I put out my first 360 trail camera last weekend.
Do you have any
I'm
good
really
stuff
proud
to
of
show
myself.
us?
Not really. I have some does, but I mean, it's working. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
I
got-
like it.
Whoa.
I'm a fan.
Look at this up and comer, baby. Look at that.
It's all about the angles, Todd.
That's legit right there, guys.
Future booner.
Okay, so
DNR, don't shoot that one. You're listening. I think the
here we
DNR
are,
listens
Justin.
to our
We're in
podcast.
December. I wish the DNR should have listened to the Just stop. Stop the madness. Stop the shooting. The deer are freaking as low as they need to be. Period.
You
Dude,
heard it here first.
yes.
Stop.
That should be a t-shirt.
Remember when they used to have billboards around here? So like, stop shooting the deer. There was like guys that got together and paid for billboards. I remember there was one on, I think it was Route 31. Crystal Lake, there was one.
I would have helped support that.
Well, you could buy one out by you. I bet it's cheaper out there. Get a billboard.
I'll put you with your mustache
Put me
there,
on it.
baby.
Put me on the billboard. They'll think I'm one of them. I look kind of like a DNR officer.
No, you do not.
Fireman.
Stop shooting the deer.
Police
There's not
officer.
enough of them
Officer
left.
Justin.
It's not worth it. Okay, so late season, it's December. Justin, tell the fine folks of our podcast what your plan is, other than staying home and being warm. Because I knew you were going to be
That's
sarky.
pretty much my only plan, at this point.
No, dude, come on. Don't lie. Dude, you went to the stand the other day, and you're right. You're right. You were late.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you definitely chose the wrong stand. You showed me a picture of you walking in, and then you showed me a picture of a darn good buck
Oh, that was
walking.
like 10 days, 2 weeks ago almost now.
Even so,
It's over. It's over. It's December.
is
now.
that deer still alive? Mm-hmm. But you have no reason to believe he's dead.
No. I mean, no.
Okay. So are you really stopping hunting for the rest of the year? Tell the truth.
No, I'm sure I'll get out a couple more times.
Okay.
But I would say motivation to go hunting is probably at a season low, I would say, at this point. I think I'm about done. I just don't have much more in me. I just don't have any deer that I'm interested in shooting anywhere. And it's really hard to get up and go hunting when you're like, I really hope that some unknown buck shows up. You know, and it's like now
It can
all these
happen.
good 3-year-olds are out there and they might look a little bit too good. So
This is the time of the year where, or at least in my opinion, what I believe happens is you had a shotgun weekend. You got another one coming up here on Thursday.
This weekend, yeah.
These deer get pushed around. They get moved around. And this is when I do believe you can start picking up some different deer, especially if you have food. In my case, I have a couple of farms where there is some food, and I am hoping to try to pick up a couple of
Yeah, I
late
think there's-
season deer.
I
I
also
think I'm a
think-
couple of weeks away from that, but I
Yes.
do think this pressure, and I think if you can give the deer some clean sailing, no human scent, stay out of some areas, and they can get in there and they can get nestled in close to food because they don't travel very far as it creeps into December and into January. I think you can pick up some different bucks. And I have had that happen, and I have had luck with that. So that is what I'm banking on. But I can tell you one thing. Based on the last 2 hunts that I had, that I allowed Brandon to go ahead and just nuke my SD card, they were dismal. But that doesn't mean there's not a hope. Dude, you can never give up hope, man.
Sure.
I'm not changing his opinion this year. Okay, fine.
I think, though, there's a difference between gun hunting around here pressure and gun hunting out west pressure. Because there's way more people out there. Well, there's
You're
a
right.
lot more deer drives happening and guys moving around. Like, dude, around here, it's just not like that. There isn't a lot of gun pressure around. Yeah, there's a guy here and a guy there, but they're not like doing deer drives and moving deer all over the place the way that they are, I think, in a lot of like more rural type areas. So
You're right. You're
you
right.
know.
You're right. Around here, I don't know that they feel the pressure in terms of what like they feel out there. I think is what you're saying. There's enough areas around here where they're just not getting that push.
Sure.
Deer drives. They're just not getting that.
Yeah.
All at once.
I would agree with that.
All right. Well, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I want a little more snow. I need to do a lot of winter prep work this year. I'm going to move stands this year in the winter. I'm going to do things differently.
I literally thought about just going out and starting to do stand work right now.
I
So
agree.
I was thinking the other day. I was like, I'm just going to go start like, because I bitch about it all the time, but all the buckthorn and honeysuckle, like I sit and I look like, man, I need to get a stand there or a stand there. And it's like, it's a day's worth of work to get one tree stand prepped. And I'm looking and going, maybe I should just go do that right now.
I agree. Listen, there's no ticks. It's cold. The weather's good.
Once you start, finally frozen.
Dude, you work up a little bit of a sweat. Like, who cares? I am.
It's not like I'm planning on hunting it right now anyway.
No, dude, I'm all in. I am telling you right now, I am 100% am not making the mistake like I have in the last couple of years in doing this garbage in July. And it's hot, it's nasty. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it now. I'm going to get stuff moved. You can always move the stuff later. You can always make changes. You can always make tweaks. But I'm doing the lion's share of my work right now. Trevor Reed, 5886, says he's been a die-hard self-bow hunter.
What?
And right here, dude, this guy,
bow hunter?
He's a self-filming bow hunter, bro, just like you and I. He likes self-filming his hunts. Can I join the pro staff? Dude, Todd at bowhunting.com. Reach out to me. Send me your information. I'd love to see some of your videos, and let's see if you can make the cut. We're always looking to add some guys that can deal with Justin and I and the
Mostly
pressure.
just me. Yeah, let's go.
I
Trevor.
can put pressure on people too. Maybe not as much as you.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I thought you just said like people dealing with me
Oh,
in general.
okay. So yeah, listen, Todd at bowhunting.com. If you're listening to this and you think you can self-film your hunts and do a great job, send us your stuff. We always looking for people to add some fuel to the fire. I like to
live
see
in an
it.
area that has deer still. That's qualification number one.
Yeah, for sure. And if you can let Justin hunt once in a while, I might even throw a couple bucks towards that as too, because the guy needs some spots to hunt. It's been tough out there. Tough. It's tough, dude. I'm
It's tough though.
No, dude, it's not. I'm sorry, but this year here is about. Yeah, dude, they really have done a number. Sorry, DNR. I'm blaming you guys again. It's just not good out there right now. It's a shame. Okay, moving forward, Justin.
Yes, Todd.
Dude, I came in there today. It's the holiday season.
Is that a song?
I don't know. I made
You
it
were
up.
you sung it,
I
and
like
then you were
it.
like,
I think it is a
Justin, you
song."
sing it. I was like, I don't.
If
I
it's
don't,
not, Todd should get on that.
I don't
It's a holiday season.
I mean, I heard it before. But
Yeah, dude, it's a real thing.
it's
Listen.
just like the McDonald's theme song, just with new words.
Dude, Christmas is over. We're going to Walmart right after this to buy some Christmas lights. We bought a little bit bigger of a tree than I expected this year.
Are you have a fake tree or
No, we have a real tree.
See, I want a real tree.
I just
wife
dude.
hates 'em.
My life. They're work. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
There must be like a Christmas tree farm somewhere out west by you. Because when I was driving out there this weekend, the amount of people I saw like driving east with Christmas trees on top of
Which
their
should have
car.
been deer. Should have been dead deer on
No,
top
they
of
were
their
just
car.
Christmas trees. So way easier to farm, I think. But I was like, where in the hell are all these people coming from with these Christmas trees?
Well, here's the deal, Justin. Listen, Thanksgiving's over. It's Christmas time. What are some great gifts for hunters? We did an article. Tell us a little bit about the article.
Brody did the article.
Talk to us. And tell us a little bit about what Easton came out with today, some new products, if you have not seen some of the Easton new product launch stuff.
I think you missed the point of Brandon's question. You didn't really read it.
Well, I really wasn't fully reading it. I was kind of going off my Christmas spirit idea. And what do you want for Christmas this year?
We're grown adults. Do we still like do Christmas lists?
Yes, Brandon, do you want a Christmas list? Do you have a Christmas list?
I don't act.
Todd-
I will get a question at some point in the next 2 weeks of what do I want for Christmas, and I will say.
I just
something.
tell everybody gift cards.
Gift cards.
Yep, gift cards.
I usually just tell Sonia I'll order it, and then she can just...
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
I
We're
think that
grown ass adults with jobs.
Well, I
Like we
think
don't
Todd's
need
comment-
Christmas lists.
goes hand in hand with what I was kind of asking you guys.
Right.
Okay, we'll go ahead and ask it. Pose it the way Brandon wanted it posed.
Well, Brandon wrote this for us. What are some gifts that you've gotten from non-hunters that were hunting related and that were either terrible or great? Because there's always people that like, they know you hunt, so they want to get you something. They're like, oh, Todd hunts deer. He would love this gift. And they get you something. And I would say most of the time they fall into the terrible category. Maybe because we're also gear snobs, you know? We're just horrible gear snobs. So they'll buy you like a knife or like a knife set. Maybe like 5 knives from Walmart for like $20.
Sorry. I think I just bit
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, thank you for these garbage knives that like I'll never use. And they just go right to Goodwill. Can you give knives to Goodwill?
Most of the people in my life...
Have stopped giving you anything hunting.
Yeah,
Mine too.
they know.
I've kind of made it a point to let everybody
They
like,
know.
guys, I appreciate the thought and the effort, but
Dude, when my dad was still alive, he knew. Like he
Sure,
knew
but
he
he
knew
was
the
a hunter.
Right. Like he knew the good stuff, you know. So I could always count on him
yeah.
to get me the good stuff.
I'll never forget like one of my favorite yet like most traumatic memories as a child.
Oh,
so I moved when I was in 7th grade. So I was 12, right? And to a new town, new
Where are we going with
school,
this?
didn't know anybody, right? So when you're like in that middle school age, dude, it's like the beginning of the rough period where like
Yeah, it's hard.
it's just hard. Everybody's finding themselves.
I never had to
whatever.
move.
So I moved when I was 12. And of course, growing up hunting, a lot of my relatives would always like get me like hunting stuff. And they just assumed that because like you hunted, you wanted this stuff. And I'll never forget, my aunt bought me a sweatshirt that just had like a big deer on the front of it, like an oil painting kind of like of a deer, right? And I think
I'm gonna Google
I
this
was
real
young
quick.
enough
We may have to get you
to
one of
really
these.
not like know any better. You know, I was like, oh, I got this like deer sweatshirt. I didn't really think anything about it. And I remember like putting it on and I wore it to school one day.
No way, dude.
At
No,
like the
no,
new
no,
school. And I
dude.
it's just a terrible move, right? Because then you're the kid in school. And like, even then in the early 90s, like, dude, there wasn't like
Dude,
a lot of people that
something like that.
hunted. It wasn't quite that cool. But here's the crazy thing, dude. All those like things are kind of like popular now.
Yeah, yeah.
You see people wearing like the wolf like shirts, like the 3 howling wolves with the moon. Like people wear that on purpose now.
ironically, like-
yeah, ironically they wear it. But
Dude,
like
you're
I was
not-
12-year-old me
Yeah.
with my hair like swooped over to the side, tight rolling my pants.
You actually
at
wore
school
this?
with my deer sweatshirt on. And I was like, this was a terrible move for me, trying
Mm-hmm.
to fit in at the new school. It wasn't a hoodie. You gotta remember that this was before hoodies. I was talking with my wife about this the other day. When did hoodies really start coming into prominence? Because as a young child, 80s and 90s, like we just had regular sweatshirts. Dude.
Yeah. I don't know when
Crew
hoodies
necks, we
became
didn't
good.
have hoodies. I don't think hoodies really started coming in until like the late 90s.
Speaking of
early
hoodies, though, dude,
2000s.
our Carhartt Bowhunter dye hoodie, dude, it's good.
Oh yeah,
I love
wear
that
mine
thing,
all the time.
dude. That thing's great. that thing. If you haven't bought one of those yet, you want to get a great freaking Christmas gift. Since we're talking about Christmas gifts for the people, your fine loved ones in your life, check out our Carhartt Bowhunter Dye
Carhartt
hoodies.
makes a sweet hoodie.
It's a good one.
Not gonna lie.
It's a definitely good one. Well, Justin, I wish I could. What?
Just looking at the
I
shirts
know.
that are
Well,
up there.
dude, I mean, these are the kind of things that you're talking about, though. Like
Yeah,
somebody
it
would
was
be
similar
like,
to that.
Yeah, it's like I go up to the UP and then like there's
That's
like a
just-
gift shop.
Yes, 100%. Like something
I don't know if you can
that
zoom
like
in on
my
that
dad
baby or
or
not,
grandpa would have worn. You know,
like these are great. Brandon, you need to put a few of these up. I think a lot of these are Pinterest or these are Etsy ones.
yeah, but see now people wear them, and like Brandon said, it's like ironically bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like how starter jackets are back again now. You know, everything that's retro is like cool again.
Dude, this
That's a great sweatshirt. I
Dude,
would
they're
wear that
calling
right
this a
now.
rare find. Dude, I'm sorry, but you would never wear this thing. This is hideous.
I might.
All right, we're not. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on.
All right, so if anybody has any
What is the worst?
Worst
Yeah.
Christmas gifts, leave them in the comments.
Yeah, we
The
want to comment
knives
them.
are always just so bad. People buy.
Well, dude,
like,
they just get junk.
terrible
Yes.
terrible knives. I hate. That's like, ugh, it pains me when I
Yes.
see somebody with a cheap knife.
All right. How about if you got this for Christmas, Justin? How about one of these? Brandon put this in here for us to discuss because we had a podcast. If you didn't listen to it,
I don't
some
think
of the
that's, like,
worst.
real though. I think somebody made that for social media to make a social.
Dude,
media
I
post.
guarantee if you try to buy this thing right now, we can probably find this for purchase.
It's just a mannequin head, right? Amazon.
Yeah, but dude, come on. I could see somebody doing this for real.
Well, what does it say? Explain it to the people listening at home.
This is what you would want to put into your muddy blind. It's basically a mannequin head. We're going to get these made maybe with Justin's head. And
With the mustache, the version.
with
though.
the mustache, right? And basically, you just hang it from a rope, and then anyone that puts their binoculars up to be like, man, is that guy in the ground blind today, or is he in his blind? You just see the head in there. I know a lot of people have done this with blaze orange before. They'll put like a little blaze orange on their chair. Just be like, oh man, he's in his stand. Have you ever
Guy's
done that?
been there all weekend.
He's been there all
No,
weekend.
I think the point of that is to get the deer more comfortable.
Yeah, no, we
with-
talked about this on a previous episode where we talked about the worst hunting products of all time.
Did we have this one in there? Dude, this
Well,
one's...
that's not an actual it's not marketed to hunters. It was just
you
an
don't know
idea.
that. You don't know that.
But it's basically remember there was that basically the same thing. You would put like the mannequin in your tree stand, but it was hollow and it was made out of like a mesh, and you could put your clothes in it. Remember, so it smelled like you. So not only did
Yes.
you get the visual componentry, but you also got the olfactory component.
Okay.
I believe that's scent, correct?
Yeah.
Justin, there was a question in regards to the
Well, I've
second
got an
rut.
answer. The second rut. Oh man, better than the third or the fourth rut.
So listen, I was scrolling through some trail cameras the other day, and I have got a doe. It's crazy because I've had this camera there I've had this camera there. I haven't moved it in like 3-4 months, and a doe and a fawn has showed up, and this fawn, dude, we'll put a picture of it up on here, has spots like you can't believe. I mean, dude, this thing is
Oh, tiny, late,
Teeny
late
weeny.
born. Sure, okay.
so clearly. Maybe it'd be worth it to go hunt there. Maybe that doe's going to come into heat. What do you think? Maybe she's one of the. Obviously, she came into heat late, or do you think that's the second time she
Yeah,
got?
I mean, generally that's what it is, right? If they don't get bred the first time around because the DNR's killed all the bucks, there's not enough bucks
True.
to breed, then they would just come into estrus 28 days later or however long, 30 days later, however many days after they come into estrus the first time.
do you
I mean,
believe?
that
Do you
is-
believe in the second? Do you
Of
believe in the
course, yeah,
second
I mean,
little
that's
blaster?
scientifically is a real
Okay.
thing. There's no doubt. I mean, I don't. The thing is, like,
I've
the
only
bu-
witnessed it a couple of times.
the bucks
to be honest,
don't ever stop looking for does. It definitely seems
No.
like this time of year they are harassing the. In my opinion, I think what's more common than a doe that's not bred in estrus again, I think, is some of your yearlings that come into estrus just late,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're maturing. So I think like typically this
I
time
agree.
when I see bucks chasing does around, it's like I see them chasing the yearlings around.
yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely a real thing. I mean, scientifically, yeah. I don't know that you can like count on it. It seems to be sporadic. Like if you happen to have a doe that he comes in estrus again and wasn't bred, or you happen to have a fawn that comes into estrus or close to it, you'll probably have some bucks still running around,
Yeah.
you know, in daylight. But I mean, Tommy was out the other night and he saw one of our quote unquote big bucks chasing a fawn around.
I wish I had more photos of big bucks this year.
Don't we all?
I just, dude, it's dismal right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know where to go, to be honest with you right now. I am
dude,
hurting for
think
spots.
Think about my spot that I hunt in a bow-only county.
I'm afraid.
It is hundreds of acres. 6, 7, 8, I don't know how big it is. It's big. It's huge. There's 2 of us that bow hunt it. That's it. 2 guys out there bow hunting. 800 acres.
This is sad,
gun-free
guys.
zone. We have 1 deer older than 3 years old on that entire farm. 1. That's it. He's 9. Somehow he's made it all these years. And like this year, it's been the most difficult year for sightings of him, pictures of him. We haven't encountered him once. I don't know what's happening, but they say as they get older, their home range shrinks. So wherever his home range is right now, he's just staying there and he ain't moving. And we haven't figured out where the hell it's at. It's
Right.
clearly not where we are at or our cameras are at. But beyond that, dude, there isn't another mature buck on the farm anywhere. I got 2-year-olds running amok. They're just running everywhere. Dude, it's crazy. It's like the playpen over there. But there is no older deer.
Do you believe that they're running more just because there's less doe?
It's just the rut. No, it's just... I think there's a good amount of does there. This is the best year we've ever had for deer numbers as far as does. We have more does and fawns than I think I've ever seen on that farm, at least in many, many years, but just no bucks.
So, yeah, so people just need to back off shooting then for a while.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I said it earlier.
But you've only
we had-
shot like 1 deer off that place.
Dude, we kill like 1 buck a year out of
Yeah.
there. You know, and we're talking 800 acres, dude. You should be able to shoot a half a dozen of them a year out of there in a bow only.
What happened to
county.
the Christmas? We went from like this joy of Christmas, me singing,
You
to
were
like
singing.
desperate
I
disappointment.
don't know. It's just it's a crazy thing. Like I don't understand it. I know there's a lot.
I feel
of,
like the grumpy old man right now, just kind of like totally talking about like, you know, back in the day.
get off my lawn. I feel the same way, and it sucks, right? Because I want to be like, hell yeah, dude, I got this buck and that buck, and check out this trail camera picture. But it's like, you know, I don't really have much
I
to
know.
get me interested. You know,
Definitely gonna have to start shaking and moving, and looking at some different stuff. Czar.
yeah. I mean, I told
We
you,
have to.
I told you this morning. Like, I'm in it's just a weird situation to be in because, you know, I got kids that are coming up. Obviously, my oldest is already hunting.
But this is that earlier conversation.
Yeah,
that
my
we had.
youngest will start hunting next year. I'll probably get him out in the spring to turkey hunt.
Well, luckily
he's
you're talking
8
about
now.
you have more does, so it's kind of handy.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, again, it's back to the like, you know what hunting in the suburbs is like. Doesn't matter where you're at. Like, hunting in the suburbs is lame as hell. I don't care how many Seek One videos you watch, you know, and how cool they make it out to be. But dude, when you're sitting there watching people walk their dogs and listening to
Yes.
traffic and listening to kids playing and
It's
yelling,
not the
and
same.
it
It's
is
not the same.
the same experience that we all live for, right? The solitude of being in nature. You don't
Yeah.
get, no matter how big the buck is, like you don't get the same feeling.
No.
So, you know, I've got Elise, I told you, like, dude, if I didn't have kids and I didn't want a spot where I could go put in a food plot and get away and see some deer and enjoy nature, like I would walk away from it tomorrow. And I
Yes.
would be better off just
Hunting
bouncing
public.
around and hunting different spots on public and
Yeah.
doing different things rather than just going to the same little 100 acres that like maybe a 130-inch 3-year-old's going to walk in front of me if I'm lucky, you know? So that's the situation. And I think there's a lot of, you know, and what sucks is like we get these, you know, here's a comment that we got, you know, this guy saying a 3-year-old 120 is a small deer, try hunting PA, right? Like that's a trophy in our state. And he's probably right.
I don't know. I seen a couple
sometime-
big bucks coming out of Pennsylvania this year,
Yeah,
bro.
but not the whole
Dude,
state. It's a big state. Dude.
I know, but there's been some nice ones.
Yeah, but talk to a guy like Ryan, like a lot of guys I think on the east coast of the state.
Ryan put down a big buck this year.
Yeah, but talk to Ryan about how deer hunting on the east side of Pennsylvania
Oh.
differs from the west side of Pennsylvania, right? And don't get me wrong, that deer Ryan killed was an older deer, but dude, let's not kid ourselves here.
listen, here's the thing. And this is where we do sound like the grumpy old man. You and I have lived here our whole lives.
Yes.
You and I remember being 16, 17, 18 years old, being ate up with this stuff, going in forest preserves, seeing rubs bigger than your legs, and just seeing the deer when you drove by on the road, and then getting a new lease or a permission piece, as they call it today.
Yeah, there weren't leases back then. We
Exactly.
didn't have to pay.
You didn't have to pay. And dude, going in there and just seeing the sign and being so amped up, dude, and grabbing your gear, wanting to get back there to hang that set because you in your brain you had it figured out on what was going to happen. I mean, dude, it is. I'm going to go on record as saying it's got to be, I don't know. Dude, it's not even half as good. I mean, it is worse. I mean, it is, I have got I have a lot of land between the pheasant hunting club that I own, between the new property that I purchased, my old property, and several other properties. Dude, it is half of what it used to be. And that's a shame. And I guess as hunters, as conservationists, as the DNR listening into this, and obviously they're supposedly going to stop shooting here in these local counties. They're still shooting out in Joe Davies County, which is a shame. But there is not a person that I know right now, other than Ben. Ben's not here to defend himself, but Ben is just wrong. You know, that can look at me in the eyeballs and tell me that it's better. I've talked to everybody. I mean, not everybody, but I got a hell of a network of people that I talk to on a daily basis. It is not what it used to be.
The question really becomes, like,
changes.
what is the DNR's primary responsibility and function? Is it to cater to hunters only, to make sure that we have, perceivably the best hunting? Like, is that top priority for the DNR, or is it to manage the resource, for everybody, including non-hunters? So, I mean, sometimes we look at it through a specific lens where we only care about us, right? And when we're never satisfied, we want more bucks and more deer and more everything. Like, I get it, but we look at it through a very skewed lens, I think, sometimes, because we are so close to it and so attached to it and so passionate about it.
I miss the old days.
I do too, but the old days are gone, Todd. It's over with.
All right, so it's time for you and I to start packing our bags and start moving on and start looking for some other stuff. It's just we don't have a choice. That's going to be one of our goals.
Up golf. Golf seems fun.
Golf sucks. I'm sorry, but I hate golf. Good luck with that. Have fun with that.
How about building ships in glass bottles? That seems fun and hard too.
I have no idea the turn that this is. You can have fun with that little sport too.
How about just fishing more? That's what I do now. Fishing's fun. You used to have a boat. What happened to you?
I got a pond now. I catch all kinds of fish. And I can control the fish in there. And I got some bluegills that are amazing. I mean, I have some amazing.
You do have a nice pond.
I have some amazing bluegills.
You got to get out there and ice fish. Probably got enough ice now.
No, because I leave the bubbler going, off to the side. Because no.
So you can't ice fish at
I mean, maybe
pond?
if you stay to the far side, but,
Fair enough.
I don't want you to sink and fall through. Well,
we don't want to die in
no
pond.
one wants to die, but
ice fishing is fun.
Ice fishing is fun. Now, listen, the bottom line is I'm shaking and moving. It's time to start looking at other places. It's time to start moving on. The bottom line is there's a book that I read when I was younger, and I really loved this book. We'll put a link in the bottom of this episode, too. You can get it from Amazon. I don't know about that one. What's that? What's that?
Good Night Moon is a great book.
Dude, knowing you, it's like some probably XXX rated thing you're talking about right now. I don't even know what this movie is. You're reading? Okay, then you're probably not reading that one to your kid. So the book that I was thinking of was Who Moved My Cheese? And was it moved or Who Stole My Cheese? I forgot what it was.
Know.
Yeah, let me check real quick. I'm looking like a moron. No.
Who stole my? I feel like
Who Stole My Cheese? Is that the name of the book? No, Who Moved. I was right. I was right. Who Moved My Cheese? A great book. If you haven't read this book, we'll put a link in here. Help us out. We get points on Amazon, all kinds of baloney. So click on the link and It's a good book. It's a small read, and basically, I don't want to ruin it for you because you need to go out and read the book. But the
Well, you
bottom
got
line,
to give us the Cliff's Notes.
dude, it's about these mice and the family and blah blah blah. And
You're not selling it for me.
It is a motivational business fable.
it is a
Ooh,
great,
I like a good fable.
dude. It's a good book. It's just a good book,
Aesop
man.
made the best fables.
Our cheese, and in the reference to the book, in the reference to this podcast,
Is
the deer.
Who moved our deer?
Right, and we got to move. We got to move on. Dude, we can either sit here and continue to be little whiny biatches,
Mice?
or
Biatches.
mice, and we
That
can
shows our age, Todd.
and we can just we got to
Biatches.
move on, dude. I'm moving on. I'm going to start looking for other stuff. I mean, dude, I got guys in the epic center of CWD country. Dude, they have more bucks than I have.
Oh, you mean Wisconsin?
Yes.
Wisconsin. They don't like when we say Wisconsin.
I wouldn't mind going back to Wisconsin and maybe finding a small farm and looking around and maybe go to some others. Dude, I'm moving on. Read the book. It's a great book. Link will be down below. If you want to be on our team and you're a good self-filmer and you're as diehard as Trevor Reed 5886, giving a shout out to you, make sure you email me, todd@bowhunting.com, or you can email me and Justin at the same time at info@bowhunting.com. We'd love to hear from you if you got what it takes, because we definitely need more people who can shoot deer because Justin's just not getting it done. Dude, people love a sob story, though. Dude, you kind of got a sob story
Dude,
going right now. You got to put it up.
I can't even film a deer.
Dude, there's no way you're this pathetic, dude. This is awful.
You know, Todd, I keep telling myself that too. And somehow
Maybe we
it
need to
keeps
go out
happening.
together and film or something.
I drove
Maybe,
out west last weekend, 5 hours, round trip. That's how long it takes me to get there and back. I didn't see a single deer.
Dude,
Not one.
I didn't see a single deer either.
Todd.
Dude, I went on my own farm with good food, and it was high pressure, cold. I didn't see any deer either. Sometimes they just don't move, Czar. It happens. It's okay. Sometimes the deer got to win. In this case, they won. They beat us. It's okay. Read the book, Who Moved My Cheese. I'm going to be moving on and start looking for other spots. You're going to like the book. Both of you are going to like the book. With that being said, peace out.
Peace out, biatches.
No.